Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I'm very irritated, to say the least, with some statements coming from Zelensky. And I will read you the statements and then I will discuss them. This article comes from Ukrainska Pravda. This article comes from November 3rd, 2022. This is the title. If Putin goes to G20 summit, Ukraine not to participate in it. Zelensky. I want to give you about 3 seconds to think about it, and 3 seconds are off. And tell me, how do you see this thing? I mean, is this a comedy, parody? What is it? I can't believe this is reality. Now, G20, I think, is about some industrialized countries, which I'm pretty sure Ukraine is not part of. Yes, it was invited because of the situation over there, where is the fight between the United States and Russia on its territory, on Ukraine's territory, but that's about it. You have nothing, really. You have only the territory that you put it at the disposal of other guys to use it, and the Ukrainian nation to be killed. And you, how should I put it? I have so many examples or analogies to make regarding this. It's like you invite the poorest of the neighborhood to the, I don't know, the richest party, the rich people's party, and say, oh, come on, let's invite the poor guy here. And the poor guy comes over, and the poor guy is upset that he or she is not placed in the head of the table, like the most important person. Hey buddy, you were barely invited here. We could have lived our lives without even knowing that you exist. And now you tell us what to do? You blackmail us? We don't give a fuck about you, actually. If you know what I mean. This is how I see it. And you have this Zelensky, who's a nobody, a clown, got elected in Ukraine, in an Ukrainian country, a Zelensky, appointed another Zelensky, Zhmihal, appointed another Zelensky, Reznikov, Minister of Defense, appointed another Zelensky, Yermak, and these guys are leading the Ukrainian nation. And these guys, on the payroll of other people, Zimbabwe, from across the Atlantic, they tell the G20 or whomever that if Russia is invited, which is a member, we will not come. We will take our toys and leave. I told you many times this story from my childhood. Real story. I have friends that we can call and we can do it together so they can vouch for what I'm saying. This is where it was. I was not a very nice kid, let's put it this way, in a way of, I was fast to distribute justice then, and justice then was with this. So, we were playing football, soccer, in the communist times. We didn't have money, we didn't have balls. We got balls, but not the balls to play with. We wouldn't, So we didn't have, because we played all the time, out of school, outside, let's play, in a schoolyard. All of us, the bad boys. We didn't have balls because we broke the balls. We pinched them and all kind of stuff over there. So then it was a neighbor of mine. I will not mention his name, but if he's watching, he knows. He knows what I'm talking about. So this guy was a neighbor of mine, and nobody wants to play with this guy because he was very feminized and weak and crying all the time. He was the same age as I was. So he was not a bad football player, but he was too soft. This is the word, soft, very soft. He was raised by grandparents, something, I don't know, he was soft. He always had a ball, a football ball. We didn't. We were like, how can we fucking get that ball from this guy? And he always got a ball like, keep it, roll it over. And we're like, how in the hell? So we asked, hey, I would call him by a different name. I would call him Gigi. Hey, Gigi, you want to play? He was scared because he knew that we wouldn't ask him, hey, wanna play? Let's go. Wait, bring your ball. Or bring only the ball. So the guy was after a little bit of, of convincing, because he knew we did this many times. So he knew that we are, just inviting him to play because of his ball. So he was playing, and we went, okay, we'll play, but play nice. And we play and play, blah, 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 blah. And after a while, this kid, Gigi, thought that he really belonged in a game. But no, he didn't. He was not a bad player. He was not a good. Let's say from 0 to 10, he was a 6. So he was a good player. I mean, you would get him in your team. But, if your mom called, he took his ball and leave. Smack. You didn't like that. No more football for us. We'll leave for football. So anyway, so this kid, after a while, he got too comfortable and showed why we didn't play with him. He became bossy. He thought that because he's got the ball, he could order us around and boss us around. Hey, buddy. And we put up with this for a little while. We ignored him. But then when the shit hit the fan and we got too much shit and we already got tired of playing or something, and say, yeah, we got Gigi's ball. Yeah, Gigi, you're a smart ass. Boom, we kick the ball somewhere, going somewhere, and go and get your freaking ball. We usually kicked it in a certain kind of location where we knew that old lady will take the ball and because it killed her flowers. And we knew the location. It was another neighbor of mine. And we just did this. And Gigi, I was about to say his name. Gigi, cry and go home to mommy and daddy. And we all of us will disappear. So this is Zelensky. Nobody plays with Zelensky. Nobody needs the clown Zelensky. Zelensky is a nobody. We need him now because of Ukraine. And let's come over here. Yeah, you talk over here. We invite you over here. Yeah, yeah. But after your role is done, take the ball, kick it, and bye-bye Gigi, bye-bye Zelensky. But he didn't get it. Zelensky does not get it. Or he gets it, but he plays his card. He said, I'm still a hot commodity, so I'm going to play hot. Until he gets smacked and his ball kicked somewhere. Sorry, but that's the way it is. So, Ukraine refused to partake in the G20 summit in Indonesia. Indonesia. Oh my, on 15, 16 November, if Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is present there. Source, President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine at a joint briefing with Katerina Sakelepapoupoulou, the president of Greece. All right, quote, I'm not up to date with who participates in the G20 summit. We don't give a fuck. We don't care if you are up to date or not. You're not a member anyway. Well, I'm not up to date. Okay, Zelensky, here is the invitees paper. Jesus Christ. My personal position and the position of Ukraine, so yours is identical with the position of Ukraine. Got it. Is that if the leader of the Russian Federation participates, then Ukraine will not. Not Ukraine, you. We'll see how it goes in the future. That means the ball is in your side, little boys from G20. Zelensky remarked that today, November 3rd, during a phone call with he told them to the president of Indonesia, Joko Widodo. He told him again that he's invited to G20 and I'm cool, man. I'm going to come, but, we'll wait and see. There are only a few days. Okay, well, the thing is, this is the comedy we have to, look at. Now, you and I, we know all this, and I make it funny because for me it reminds me of that guy, that kid, but in reality, people who do not know this guy is just a weasel, just a clown, they really take this as seriously and say, hey, Ukraine might not participate. You know what? Cancel the G20 meeting for this year because Zelensky, his balls are not ready to roll yet into Jakarta or whatever. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. That guy needs a little smacks, I'm telling you. Can I volunteer? I'm pretty sure I can do it with my hand back here. Okay, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to use this one just here. And I'm going to even do this. I'm going to close one of my eyes when I'm going to smack it. I give him a, how do you call that? Forehand, I think you call it. You give him about 100 yards ahead of you to run from you. I don't think he's gonna be like, oh, let's do something. Oh my! But he blackmails people. This weasel, this clown. Smack! Thank you very much for being with me again today. It put me in a good mood because you reminded me of my childhood with that. Oh my, thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.